The Prime Minister is very angry over statements made by party leaders on various issues, especially in the aftermath of the Dadri lynching. Party President Amit Shah summoned some of these leaders to convey the anger of the leadership. The summons were sent to Haryana Chief Minister ML Khattar and Mahesh Sharma.
हम पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, अपने राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी से मिलने आए तो पार्टी के विषय में ही कुछ बात हुई होगी।
लेकिन जिस तरह से बीफ को लेकर के बयानबाजी हुई थी, लगता है कि
नमस्ते प्रवक्ताओं से बात कर रहे
नहीं, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष से मिलने आए थे समझ।
ये नहीं कहा गया कि जो बयान आप लोग देते आ रहे हैं ऐसे बयान ना
नहीं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं। बयान मैंने दिया ही नहीं, कोई कायम तो जब रहूंगा। बताइए क्या बयान दिया है, बताइए क्या बयान दिया है।
All right, some of those leaders, Sanjeev Balyan, Sangeet Som, speaking to reporters soon after their meeting ended with BJP Chief Amit Shah. Sanjeev Balyan saying that they weren't exactly summoned there. They came to meet the leadership for party issues. Nothing of the sort was discussed. In fact, even Sangeet Som saying that that they just came to meet the party president. Remember, Sangeet Som had also made a controversial comment when he went to meet the accused in the Dadri lynching case. He had said that the UP government had flown cow killers to Lucknow. Comments have been flying thick and fast. Various leaders, in fact, just very recently, it was the Chief Minister of Haryana, ML Khattar, who said that if Muslims want to live in India, they should not be consuming beef. Of course, he retracted from that statement later on, not before coming under a whole lot of criticism from across party lines. We're trying to get you my colleague Siddharth Pandey, who is in fact at the BJP office just now. Siddharth, what does one really make of this after the Prime Minister's statement in Bihar asking people to follow the path of Pranab Mukherjee, maintaining Hindu-Muslim unity? Now these summons sent to some of these leaders, what more details do you have?
Well, what's of course interesting is that Mr. Sangeet Som, Balyan, Sakshi Maharaj, all of whom were here at this meeting saying that this was more or less a routine meeting, but the fact is there's absolutely nothing routine about it. The BJP top command, in fact, telling us that the Prime Minister is very unhappy with the utterances of several senior BJP leaders. And in fact, as you said, the Prime Minister in Bihar had said that follow exactly what the President had talked about, the fact that there has to be tolerance, there has to be, everyone's view has to be respected. And this essentially was a talking down to all these leaders who've been called here at the BJP headquarters. Amit Shah himself speaking with these leaders, they of course maintaining that this was a routine meeting. It was just to basically exchange views. But the fact is the BJP High Command saying the Prime Minister is very unhappy with the kind of utterances from these senior leaders. Mr. Khattar also there at this meeting, and that was the final flashpoint. The fact that the Haryana Chief Minister went out there and also made statements, controversial statements. So the Prime Minister essentially laying down the rules once again. The President of the party, Amit Shah, speaking directly with these leaders one-to-one and essentially just, I think, communicating just how unhappy the Prime Minister is with the kind of utterances that we have seen from these leaders in the past. Sakshi Maharaj we spoke to, and he said that he's not even sure what he'd said in the past is what he told us off record, but saying that this was a routine meeting. But the BJP also telling us that this was nothing but just the Prime Minister communicating his unhappiness with what has been seen as very controversial utterances, and in fact all these comments. That's what the message from the Prime Minister was, and that came down from the President of the BJP.
Right, Siddharth, of course, this has also been, some of these comments have, in fact, been hurting the Prime Minister's, the kind of position, the kind of statements that he's been making. He's been talking about development and unity, and some of his party leaders have gone ahead and made these controversial statements. So is this some sort of a face-saving exercise that the BJP is doing at this point?
Well, of course, the opposition has been mounting pressure on the government, saying that the Prime Minister had been silent for a very long time, and does that mean that the BJP is okay with this? But what the BJP essentially is saying, and this is what our sources telling us, that many of these incidents which have taken place in opposition-ruled states, but because the BJP leaders, some of them have gone ahead and made these controversial statements, it's kind of put the focus on the BJP. So the BJP also telling its leaders that these are issues, law and order issues, and of course BJP leaders have gone and added controversial statements to that, and as a result of which the BJP has also come in for blame. So that the party has also said that on one hand, while the Prime Minister is out there trying to get investment into the country, he's reaching out to the world community, statements from the BJP leadership, leaders such as these, is not really helping the party's image at all. And of course, in many cases where violent incidents have taken place, they've taken place in opposition-ruled states, but the BJP leaders, once they've come up with these controversial statements, end up putting the focus on the BJP instead of the states. So that, what sources telling us, is something that was communicated to these leaders also, but underlining the fact that it's not acceptable, the kind of statements that they have been making. The Prime Minister, once again, through the BJP leader, in fact President, telling his leaders that just follow what he had said in the past, that the President had essentially laid the groundwork for that. There has to be tolerance, and these statements just not acceptable.
Right. Siddharth, do stay with us. We've also got a reaction from Sakshi Maharaj. Let's listen in to what he had to say after meeting Party President Amit Shah.
मिलने के लिए क्षेत्रीय समस्या के लिए अपने मिलने के लिए आया था। इसके बाद उत्तर प्रदेश का नंबर है बिहार के बाद, तो उत्तर प्रदेश में मुझे कुछ न कुछ करना है, तो चर्चा नहीं करूं प्रदेश के बारे में। वो यहाँ बिजी रहते।
एक्शन का रिएक्शन कौन सा एक्शन था, कौन सा रिएक्शन है, किसकी बात कर रहे हैं अभी आपने कहा ना
आप जो कर रहे हैं ना एक्शन, उसका रिएक्शन नहीं करूं मैं क्या? कमाल कर रही हैं आप कुछ बोलेंगे, मैं कुछ बोलूंगा ही नहीं। उत्तर प्रदेश के चुनाव के संदर्भ में आगे क्या करना है, और बिहार में भी कहीं मेरी उपयोगिता है क्या?
Siddharth, of course, all of these leaders, be it Sangeet Som or Sanjeev Balyan or Sakshi Maharaj, all of them denying, but of course, no marks for guessing why they were there at the BJP headquarters, all of them at the same time. What are you hearing from your sources as to what transpired between the President and these ministers?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, all the leaders, once we spoke to them as they came out, saying that this was basically a routine meeting. But the fact is that all of these leaders are leaders who have made controversial statements. The BJP High Command, in fact, our sources telling us that this was a meeting just to try and perhaps issue a warning to them that it's unacceptable, the kind of statements which have been made. It's actually damaging the work that the Prime Minister is trying to do, trying to get investment into the country. That's damaging the image of the country as well. And also importantly, something we are told was also communicated, that in many cases these incidents have happened in states which are ruled by the opposition, but each time BJP leaders have made these controversial statements, it actually puts the focus on the BJP instead of the local state administration, which perhaps has to give many answers as to why these incidents took place in the first place. So these are some of the points that the leadership has talked about. The fact is, of course, all the leaders who came out maintaining that this was just a routine meeting of sorts. There's absolutely nothing routine about it. All these leaders are leaders who made controversial statements. The BJP High Command underlining once again these are unacceptable, and the fact that the Prime Minister is unhappy, and that was something which was communicated to all of them.